Okay, we're going to do something a little bit different over the next 10 creeds. The next 10 creeds, I'm going to wear the same shirt. I've had a lot of people saying, man, you wear a lot of different shirts for these creeds. So for 10 days, same shirt, every devotion, but different devotion. Different devotion, same shirt. Here we go. Hebrews chapter 3. Verse 1 says, "Therefore, holy brothers, you who share in a heavenly calling, consider Jesus, the apostle and high priest of your confession. He was more faithful to him who appointed him, just as Moses was faithful in all God's house. For Jesus has been counted worthy of more glory than Moses, as much more glory as the builder of a house has, and honor than the house itself." You know, Moses was a mediator for the people. Moses stood in between the people and what they deserved. For instance, at the worship of the golden calf, the people deserved God's wrath, but many received God's grace because Moses petitioned on their behalf. But the high priest was the one who would make the sacrifice for the people. Now, Christ is our high priest, not only because he's made the sacrifice, but because he was the sacrifice. So Christ is both the sacrificer and the sacrifice for us. But it also says that he is the apostle. He is the one who speaks to us from God, that he is God's messenger to us, that Christ has spoken. It says at the very beginning of the book of Hebrews that in the last days, God speaks through Son, Christ being our high priest, Christ being our apostle. Christ is the one who speaks the good word to us that we would listen, and Christ is the one who makes the sacrifice of himself for us that we could be set free. That's why it will go on later in the book of Hebrews. It says that it is by one single offering we have been perfected for all time. Christ has done that. Through the offering of himself, he has perfected us for all time. So if Christ is our high priest, that he is one who makes the sacrifice and the offering, and if his sacrifice was perfect, which it was, then that means when we trust him in his finished work, we stand perfect before the Father. Positionally speaking, we stand perfect before the Father, not because we've made the sacrifice, but because we've trusted in his perfect sacrifice.